There we go. Okay, we're recording. Okay, so we're gonna start with a warm up, and nice and easy. We're gonna start with some arm circles. So nice and small. We're gonna do some arm circles forward, just to get our arms warmed up, everything going. Good. And then let's do a couple arm circles backwards. Okay. So arms nice and straight. Bringing the arms backwards. Good. And time. Okay, next one, we're gonna do some lifts. So really simple. We're just gonna keep our arms straight in front of us, thumbs up. And we're gonna lift overhead and come back down nice and slow. Okay, we're gonna do this like 5 or 6 times. Just coming up to the top, keep your shoulders away from your ears, and coming back down nice and slow. Good. We'll do a couple more reps of these. Just to warm up our shoulders. Good, let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Last one. Okay, so we're gonna be doing some rows today. So we're gonna do some scap squeezes. So I just want you to leave your arms at your sides. And I want you to pinch your shoulder blades together as close as you could get them, like you have a coin back there that you're trying to keep in between your shoulder blades. We're gonna hold for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then relax. Okay, we're gonna do that 4 more times. So just pinching my shoulder blades back as close as I can get them and keeping my shoulders down away from my ears and relax. And we're gonna do 3 more. So pinching back, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax, another 2, pinch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax, and 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, now we're gonna do a couple of inchworms. So we can start at the edge of our mat. And we're gonna walk, come down, bend our knees. We're gonna walk our hands out to plank. Hold and plank for a second or 2, and then we're gonna come back up. Right, nice and slow. We're gonna warm up our lower body and our upper body. We're gonna do 4 of these, 4 more of these. So we're gonna come back out, pause for a second and plank, and come back up. And we'll do 3 more. As we're in plank, I want my shoulders over my wrists and my fingers spread out really wide on the mat, like I'm trying to grip the floor. That'll give you better balance. And do 2 more. And last one. And okay, let me just pin myself here. Okay, and just to get our heart rate up, we're gonna do 40 seconds of jumping jacks. Okay, I'm gonna start my timer. All right, 40 seconds of jumping jacks in 3, 2, 1, go. Just nice and simple. I'm gonna wake the body up a little bit, get our heart rate going. Good. Again, if you don't want to hop, you could just step out. Up. And 10 more seconds. Gonna do a few more reps. Pick up the pace if you can. And time, rest. Okay, so the first move of our circuit is gonna be a bent over fly to a Y. So I'm gonna hinge at my hips, keeping my back really straight. I'm gonna do a fly. So my arms are straight, I'm coming out to my side, just even my shoulders, and I come back down. I'm gonna stand up and do a Y. Okay, so I'm doing Y to Y, okay? As I'm coming up, my thumbs are towards the ceiling, coming up, okay? So it's gonna be, like we said, 45 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 3 exercises, we'll repeat them twice, right? Good. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, 4. So I'm hinging from the hips, coming out to just even my shoulders, and coming back up. Good. Make sure when you hinge from the hips, you have a little bend in your knees, and your back is nice and straight. Good. You really feel this in your chest and your shoulders. Good. A few more seconds. Try to see if you can do a couple more reps. And time. So the next one, it's going to be a body weight tricep dip. So we're going to be sitting on our mat. Okay. And the further my feet are out, the harder it's going to be. I'm going to bend my elbows, tap the floor, and come back up. Like a tricep dip, like you would do it on a chair. We're just doing it on the mat now. Really make sure you're bending your elbows and coming down. If it's too hard, walk your feet in. Do it that way. Good. 20 seconds, halfway there. Three, two, one, time. Our next one, we're going to our mat. We're gonna hold a bridge and chest press. Squeeze our weights together, come back down. My elbows are even my shoulders, I come down. As I come up, I think about squeezing my chest, bringing the weights together. I'm squeezing my glutes to keep my hips up in the bridge, and I'm keeping my core tight. Good. Try to pick your hips up if you can, if you feel like they're falling down. And keep going, try to get a few more reps, pick your hips up, and time. Okay, so we're going back to our flies to Ys. And time. So a little hinge at my hips, a little bend in my knees too, coming straight out, heading up, Ys to the ceiling. Good. If you want to make this harder, go slower. Come up for a count of 3, come down for a count of 3. Same thing with the Ys. Good, 15 seconds. Try to get a few more reps in. And then from here, we're going back down onto our mat for those body weight tricep dips. Okay, so again, if you want more of a challenge, walk your feet out. If you need less, walk your feet closer to you. And let all the weight come from the bend in your elbows. And just lightly tap your hips to the ground and come back up. 20 seconds, halfway. Gonna do a few more. 3, 2, 1, time. Okay, we're going back to our bridge and chest press. So again, our hips are up the whole time, just our arms are moving. So we're pressing up, we're thinking about squeezing our chest as we come up and come back down. Keeping my glutes engaged in the bridge, right? And keeping my hips pressed up to the ceiling. Try to exhale as you push the weights up. See if you can pick your hips up a little bit more. And time. Okay, our first plank exercise, we're doing a plank jack. So I'm gonna be in full plank, and I'm gonna kick my feet out to the side and come back together. Okay, if you don't wanna hop, just step one foot out, step back to the middle, step out, step back to the middle. Good, try to pick up the pace a little bit. It's only 30 seconds short. And time, rest. We got 40 seconds of rest, and then we'll start circuit 2. You get some water. All right. So the next, let me pause this. So the next exercise is going to be a bent over row. You want something heavier for this, feel free to grab it. But again, just like how we started in the beginning, we're going to have a little hinge at our hips, back straight. I'm going to pull one arm up, squeeze my shoulder blades together, pull the other arm up, and then double. So it's single, single, double, right? As you're pulling your arms back, I want you to think about pinching your shoulder blades together like how we did in the beginning. And we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. So again, little bend in my knees, hinge in my hips, keep my back straight. Pulling back, think about pulling with your back and coming back down. Good. And I'm doing double. If you need more of a challenge, your weights are a little light, do it for a tempo of 3. So come up, 1, 2, 3. Hold for a second at the top, come back down for 3. Good. You're gonna feel this in your back. And time. Okay. Next one, we're gonna do shoulder taps. We're gonna be in full plank. Feet nice and wide, wider than your mat. You're gonna tap one shoulder, tap the other shoulder. So my right hand's touching my left shoulder, left hand touches my right shoulder. Try to keep your hips straight, don't let them rock. Good. Now see if you can pick up the pace a little bit, go a little faster. Good, keep going, a few more reps. Time. Okay, next one. It's gonna be a skull crusher to a toe tap. So I'm gonna have my feet up, okay, my arms in front of me. I'm gonna come back As close to my temple as you can. Come up, touch my toe. Skull crusher, bend my elbows, come back towards my feet, touch my toe with my weights. On your way up, you don't have to come up too high, just enough so that your shoulder blades get off the ground. You're gonna try to exhale as you tap your toes up. Gonna do a few more reps. Good, and time. We're going back to our bent over row. Back to the top. Then hinge at my hips. Pulling one weight up, pinch my shoulder blades back. Bring the other weight up, and double. Again, try to pause for a second at the top. Really control the weight, and come back down. And keep going, a few more reps. And if your weights are a little light, do it really slowly. Come up for 3, hold for 3, come down for 3. Time. We're going to our shoulder taps. So full plank, fingers spread out nice and wide on the mat. Tap one shoulder, tap the other shoulder. Again, keep your feet wide so that your hips don't rock. Good, keep breathing. If you can pick up the pace a little bit, we're over halfway. Ooh, I'm slipping on my carpet. And time. All right, we're going back to those skull crushers to toe taps. So, feet to the ceiling, hands up, I'm bringing my weights down to the side of my temple, and then I'm touching my toes. Think about on the way up, pushing your weights into the ceiling. After this one, we're going back to our plank jacks for 30 seconds. Try to do a few more reps. And time. Okay, back to our plank jacks. Again, shoulders stacked over wrists, fingers nice and wide. If you don't want to hop, take a step out, bring it back to the middle. And try to hop. It'll get your heart rate up. Then keep going. See if you can pick up the pace. And time, rest. Whew. Good job. We got 40 seconds, and then we start round 3.
Pretty humid today, worse than yesterday, I think.
I know, I feel it a lot today. Yeah.
I have my window open.
That's probably worse.
It's very, very mild, yeah.
Yeah. That's probably not doing anything for you today.
No.
All right. So our next one, we are gonna stop that. All right. So you're gonna hold a lunge. Okay, and whichever foot you start with, We'll do the opposite foot in round 2. So, little lunge. Reaching from the front. Right? And we're going to do a regular curl to a hammer curl. So regular curl, my palms face out towards the camera, curling up. Hammer curl, I turn them so that my palms face in this way. Okay? So my weights are one way, and I turn, they're the other way. Okay, so that's going to be move number 1. And again, for round 2, we'll do the opposite leg. So for round 1, we'll all start on our right leg. That way we all know. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm holding my lunge, back nice and straight. Knee is in line with my ankle, and just doing curls. Good. And if your weights are a little light, on your way down, come down for a count of 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then come up, down for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This will just force you to control it a little bit more. It'll make it a little more difficult. And time. So our next one is bear crawl steps. So be in feet bent. And you're gonna step forward, do a right and left leg, come back, and then switch. So sorry, my right hand and my left leg. So you're stepping opposite hand and leg forward, and then coming back together. Try to keep your back nice and straight. Don't let your hips spike up, like you're a coffee table. Time. Okay, next one, we're gonna do forward and lateral raises. So I'm gonna stand a little bit in my knees, coming forward with the weights, and then out to the side. Just even with my shoulders. So forward, out to the side. Good. And if your weights are light, try to take this a little slower. Good. 20 seconds left, almost there. We're going back to our lunge with curls. Three, 2, 1, time. So now we're going to lunge with our left leg. And same thing, I'm curling up. Regular curl, palms face out. Hammer curl, palms face me. You want to challenge yourself, sit a little deeper into your lunge. Good, keep your back straight. Good, and again, see if you can sit a little deeper into that lunge. 3, 2, 1, time. We're going back to those bear crawl steps. So again, you're in bear crawl or coffee table plank. I've heard this called. Knees are bent, stepping forward with my right hand, left leg, coming back together. Good. Try to keep your back nice and even. Don't let your hips come up. And time. Okay. Last one before our plank jack, forward and lateral raises. So if you're having a hard time getting the weights up, keep your feet staggered and bend your knees. And it should help you so that you're not swinging the weights up. Good. You only want to go to about shoulder height, not too much higher. Good, 20 more seconds. Try to do a few more reps. And we just have plank jacks. And then we're finished. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, time. Okay, just our plank jacks and we're done. See if you can really pick up the pace with this last round. Try to challenge yourself. And go. Keep going. A little faster. And time. Good job, everybody. Grab a water and we'll stretch a little bit. All right. So we'll stretch sitting. So our heart rate comes down a little bit. Okay, so you could just sit and crisscross applesauce, cross-legged, and we'll do a trap stretch. So you're gonna bend your head to one side, and then if I'm bending towards my right side with my right arm, I'm just gonna put light pressure on my neck. It's gonna stretch my traps, okay? You don't have to pull your head, just a little bit of pressure so you feel the stretch. And we'll hold this for a little bit. You can close your eyes, let your heart rate come down. Good, and we'll switch. So same thing, I'm gonna bend to my left side, and then with my left hand, I'm just gonna put light pressure on it so that I feel it in my neck. Good, and see if you could pull just a little bit more, feel it a little bit deeper. Good, and time. So let's do a tricep stretch. We did a lot of tricep exercises today. So I'm gonna lift one hand overhead. I'm gonna reach it down my back like this. And then with my other arm, I'm just gonna pull it towards my head, put pressure on it. So I should feel it in the front of my arm, or the back of my arm like this. Again, we'll hold this for a couple seconds. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Good, and let's switch. Other arm down our back, pulling it towards my head, doing the stretch in my triceps. Good, and last one, let's do child's pose. Stretch our shoulders. So I'm gonna sit on my heels, walk my hands forward. As I'm walking them forward, I wanna act like I'm pushing the ground away from me, the way we feel it in our low back and our shoulders. We'll hold this for a couple seconds. All right, and time. Okay, we're all set. Happy Thursday, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. That was great. Thank you.
Great class, Raquel. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone.
Hey, you too.
Have a good day.
Take care. You're welcome. Bye.